going on, Hail Stalkers? Lead meteorologist John Choquet here for our daily forecast, as always sponsored by all the guys in the description below. So we got a lot to talk about for this week. We do have some storms happening right now across Florida with a pretty potent cold front that's been pushing across the country and going through the Florida Peninsula, which does mean that the middle of the week's gonna be pretty quiet. It's pretty cold. It's actually snowing a little bit here in Oklahoma City, which means not a lot of severe weather for the next couple days. However, we do have that potential on Thursday for some rapid moisture return, some real instability, possibly some real severe weather in the I-35 corridor on Thursday before we get another intense cold blast going into next weekend. So what we got going on here when the storm is about to start? I wish I was in Florida right now because it is 35 here. But we do have some folks going to win the storm in Fort Lauderdale, nice and warm and sunny there, starting on the 15th, so today's the 13th, so in a couple days here through the 17th, through St. Patrick's Day. We're booth 505, come check us out, the truck is there, you won't miss us, so come see us at Win the Storm here in Fort Lauderdale to wrap up trade show season. So what's happening right now? Well, across a good chunk of the nation, it is generally cloudy, got some snow here across the Great Lakes region, a lot of cold temperatures. We have a ton more. The atmospheric river looks like it's about to turn back on here across California. You can see all that rain and snow moving into Sierra Nevadas, so it looks like the Lake Tahoe area is getting another about 80 million feet of snow. And then off to Florida, completely different story. We have some showers and thunderstorms moving through, the occasional severe gust. I think there was a tornado warning a little bit earlier. That should continue as everything progresses to the south for today. Current temperatures, again, it is cold across most of the lower 48. Temperatures generally at or below freezing anywhere in the blue here. 52 in Dallas, 59 in Houston. Again, that warm spot in Miami is really the only area where you have any kind of warm weather. The cold is dominating. We're actually setting up for probably a pretty nasty nor'easter up in my former neck of the woods going into tomorrow as well. So, future radar for today, severe weather-wise, it really limits to that Florida Peninsula. We got that cold front easing to the south, got some storms expected to continue to move southward throughout the day here. Could see some hail, could see some wind, could even see a spin-up tornado or two by 2 p.m. Central Daylight Time, so that's going to be 3 o'clock on the East Coast. There will be storms generally from Tampa to Orlando all the way to the East Coast to the Space Coast there, pushing further south. Again, as the afternoon wears on, by the time we get to about dinner time, we'll be getting past Fort Myers and then possibly even maybe getting down towards Miami by the overnight hours, but looks like things will really wind down once that sun goes down after about 8 o'clock. So what are we expecting for hail with this? Not too much, probably only $1 to $half size hail with any isolated cells. The way the storms are moving will at least promote that potential for hail, but it's also Florida, so we're not going to see too much here. So low chances overall of $1 to $half size hail from Tampa to Melbourne to Orlando, all the way south towards even near Fort Lauderdale for today, and that's going to be pretty much from right now through about 7 or 8 o'clock. Not a late night for the on-call person here at Hail Trace at all. And then we also have that chance for some wind as well. Wind gusts, I think we've already seen wind gusts closer to 50. We could possibly get up to that 60, 65 mile per hour zone here for today. Across, again, the same basic area, maybe a little bit further to the south, getting past Fort Myers, but overall, it's going to be kind of the same deal, even with the tornado threat as well. We do have a separate graphic now for tornadoes. I know it's a little confusing where we combine both in the same. So we got our own separate graph. So basically, this map shows if you're in the red area, you're at a general risk for tornadoes, and that risk level will be reflective of the hail trace symbols like we've had for all the other maps. So low chances across the board. Dang it, I had to sneeze there, guys. For Tampa, Melbourne, and Orlando for the remainder of today. And those allergies, man, they're killing me. Everything's coming to life. So looking at that future radar for the upcoming days here, we're starting at tomorrow morning. There's we call it the atmospheric river here across the west coast, getting a ton of rain and snow here in the California, up into Sierra Nevadas, and across California again. If you're in California at this point, you don't want to really complain too much. Off to the east, got that nor'easter that'll be moving through tomorrow and into Wednesday. But notice, not a lot for severe weather as we get all the way into your Wednesday. things are going to be quiet overall, especially here in the Central Plains where I was just standing, thus making it so if you got people going out canvassing in the Dallas area, should be a nice day for that. It's going to be getting up into the 50s. Rain chances pretty low across the Dallas area. So again, if you're going out and you're trying to get some roofs bought, you should have nice weather. And if for some reason you're out doing it in Colorado too, out in Denver, it's going to be nice. You know, you guys can get snow pretty much till like the end of April. So it's nice when you're getting up into the 60s here in the Denver area. You got to take advantage of that and maybe get some more jobs bought. So we got that late week Arctic blast that we're talking about here, and this is actually going to be setting up that next severe weather risk here. So by Thursday around noon, we're going to have a pretty potent cold front across the Texas and Oklahoma panhandles. Nice warm front up here into the Great Lakes region. That's going to set the stage for potentially some severe weather through the afternoon, as this is going to rapidly race across Oklahoma and into Texas. And notice by midnight on Friday, that cold air is spilling south here across the central and southern plains, which means only one thing: there's likely going to be some severe weather here, possibly even into Friday. And we got to keep an eye here in the Great Lakes. Whenever there's a warm front in March, usually means that there's some shenanigans coming up here, and this will push all the way off to the south and to the east. So it really looks like we're going to see not a lot of severe weather going into next weekend, as it will get pretty cold going into that St. Patrick's Day time frame. So on Thursday by noon, got that surge of moisture up to north, and again, that's going to set the stage for some severe weather. How much instability we get will depend on how much those dew points surge to the north. We get up to the low 60s, we could see a bit of a tornado threat. If we get, you know, generally what this particular run of the models are showing, it'd probably be a hail and wind threat primarily for your Thursday, and that is going to race off to the east by Friday morning. The timing of this is going to change quite a bit. The models sometimes get a little too aggressive or not aggressive enough. So generally here, we're going to be looking at the potential for severe weather on your Thursday across the I-35 corridor. That future radar does show that potential, especially in the afternoon hours across Oklahoma and into Texas. Notice anywhere where you see the yellow could be that severe weather potential, and even going into Friday morning down along the Gulf Coast and possibly even into the Mississippi River Valley for your Friday morning. So right now we can say with some level of confidence that on Thursday we could see severe weather pretty much along the I-35 corridor from Oklahoma City down to Dallas, down to probably even close to San Antonio, and pushing eastward across most of Arkansas and northwestern Louisiana. Main threats right now could be hail and wind. Tornadoes are going to be more conditional based on what we see over the next couple days here as the models get a better idea of what to expect. Now there is another area I'm willing to think about potentially adding in tomorrow, and that's going to be up further north towards the warm front in places like Iowa and Illinois and stuff. When a warm front surges north in the springtime, it usually means that there's going to be some severe weather with that as well. Not as confident on that as we are with this for Thursday, so keep an eye here. This is going to be the main severe weather threat for this week, and then after that I think we'll be in for a much quieter weekend going into that St. Patrick's Day time frame. So follow us on our social media platforms: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all that fun stuff. We're all at Hailtrace. Easy to find us. Hit follow so we can keep you updated with all the fun things we like to post here. Give us a call at 855-334-4245. Any comments, questions, or concerns you guys may have, want to set up. We got that QR codes on this graphic now. Look at that. If you scan that, if you happen to watch it on TV or something, you can get a demo set up. We also got a link in the description below as well if it's your first time wanting to join that. Oh yeah, I got a fun little pop-up there. info@hailtrace.com is our email if you're not too big of a fan of talking on the phone, or you can message us directly on hailtrace.com as well. Hope you guys have a great rest of your Monday. We'll see you again tomorrow at 12 p.m.